Hi everybody, this is Tina with Loving Life's Little Blessings. Welcome to Catalog Cased Projects. And I just picked a really simple project to case today. It's really late in the afternoon, it's Tuesday afternoon, and I really wanted to get a catalog cased project up for you guys tomorrow. So I thought that I would do this stamp set right here. This is the Two Kind stamp set, and it's really cute, and I actually got this set originally because I wanted to do this card. So I just thought it would be a really good opportunity to go ahead and do that. So I did something a little bit different than I usually do. I did go look up the colors they used. I've mentioned in the past that as a demonstrator I can look up a supply list for each project. It's not instructions, it's just a supply list, and I really was not sure these colors as I was looking at them. I really couldn't really tell what colors they used, and so I went and I looked it up, and I was really surprised to see that they used Calypso Coral and Cherry Cobbler, which I thought one color was Calypso Coral because of the baker's twine, but I really wasn't sure about the other colors. So this is the card that I'm going to do for you guys, and I'm going to leave my catalog open right over here and we're going to get started. So they used Very Vanilla cardstock, which I'm very happy to be using as we get into the fall. It's easier to use Very Vanilla, and I'm a huge Very Vanilla fan. I like it a lot better than our Whisper White. So I'm just taking the Very Vanilla and I'm cutting it at 5.5, and that's going to give me 2 card bases. And then while I have my trimmer over here, I'm actually going to snip off just like an 1/8 or a 1/16 of a inch there, and then I'm going to use my trimmer to score this at 4 1/4 because I've snipped that off. I want to make sure that I score it where it needs to be, you know, I fold it where it needs to be folded. So I'm just making a little mark. Yeah. Because I just want a tiny, tiny bit at the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in, show you the rest. I'm sorry about the lighting in here. As I said, it's right in the middle of the afternoon. Just running really behind this week. So I'm taking my scalloped dotted tip border punch, and I have my adhesive, my snail. And how I'm going to do this part is I'm going to, in the photo right down here, this is on page 71. If you want to flip open your catalog, you can see that they don't leave any of the dots showing. They just literally have the little loop. And I really want to have some of that dot showing. I just really love that look. And so I'm going to go ahead and just take a little bit of creative liberty. And I'm going to go ahead and use my mono adhesive liquid glue. And this stuff is super, super sticky. I'm just going to run a little bit of that. So I'm just using the edge of that paper on the bottom to go ahead and create that, to get it the right length. Let me just zoom in so you guys can see how I did that. Real simple. I just used the edge down here to then place that. So then what that leaves me is some of the dots showing. Oh, can you see? Yeah, a little bit you can see. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm probably going to do something a little bit different. I got a little glue in there. I'll probably do a little something inside. Okay, I'm doing this not, I guess, kind of exactly. So I'm trimming that off, okay? So next, we're going to do our stamping. I'm going to open this up. I want you guys to be able to see, so I'm going to zoom out a tiny bit, but you're still pretty close. So the first thing, I'll do that second. Okay, so let's open up our stamp set. And this piece right here, our stem, is done in Old Olive. I'm using block H. And I'm grabbing a piece of scratch paper, covering up that blue, and I think I'm going to be stamping off. Oh, well, maybe not. Maybe just a tiny bit I'm stamping off because it goes pretty high. I actually think this is a shorter card than a standard A2 size card. I think that this might be because in the photo, if you look in the photo, the stamp goes all the way up to the top of the card, and you can see I just stamped this and mine's not going to go all the way up. And so I think it actually might be a shorter card, but I'm just gonna roll with this. So I'm gonna open up my Calypso Coral first, and this is two-step stamping is what it's called, and I'm not the greatest at it. And I really don't want to use a Stampin' Majig. It shows using a Stampin' Majig in the photo, but I really don't feel like getting it out. So I'm just going to wing it, and I think that that's okay. So I'm stamping the Calypso Coral first, and I'm just stamping it like that. I guess they use, yeah, I guess they do use that one. Okay. So both Calypso Corals I'm stamping. And then I'm going to go ahead and clean my stamp off. I'm going to set my Calypso Coral aside. My cleaner is already on there. Okay, so now we're going to use Cherry Cobbler. And I mean, I'm going to go right in and stamp right over that. And I think it's pretty, just like that. And then I'll use the little one to do the next one. And I'm just stamping right over that. Pretty easy. I'm not really sure you would need a, I'm not sure you would need a, what's it called? A Stampin' Majig for that. So now I'm using Midnight Muse, and we're going to do the sentiment in Midnight Muse. And this, for the sentiment, you might, it's a little scary to just be stamping the sentiment right on here. And I did it pretty good. I mean, it's not horrible. It's not perfectly straight, but okay. So now there are some splatters you can see on the card right there. You see those splatters? So those you can achieve a few different ways. The first way is you can use, we have a couple stamp sets out that have the little splattering look. One is called Gorgeous Grunge, and it kind of has that ability to make it splattered. We have a paper pumpkin stamp set that did that. It's in the welcome kit, and you can get that for $10 right now, and it's a really cute set. But I'm going to show you a different way to do it. We have our spritzers, which is what the supply list has on it, is the spritzers. But I'm going to show you a different way to do it. I didn't want to make up a whole spritzer for Calypso Coral right now, so I'm just taking my ink pad and I'm getting some ink down here on my lid. And then I have an Aqua Painter. You can get these, you get 2 of them. And it has water in this end, and you can see it has some in there right now. And then it has a brush. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze this. When you apply pressure to this, then water comes out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply some pressure and see that water that's all in there? And I'm going to mix that up and get that on that brush. And then what I'm going to do is just take my finger, just like that. So I'm just tapping it on my finger, and it's splattering. So I'm doing it in this direction, so it will go this way. So you can just do that as much as you like. That's all I'm going to do, because that's all, it's a really light look. And then I'm just on my scratch paper, I'm just getting that ink right off that brush. And I can put my lid back on. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I have a dry baby wipe, or this actually might be a Clorox wipe from earlier when I was cleaning. And I'm just going to, because that's a lot of water in there, I don't want it to drip onto my ink pad. And so then I can just close that up. So that's a really simple way to get that splattered look. So then we're going to take our baker's twine, which you guys know that I love. Thank you so much to Tracy, who left me a comment on one of my last videos about the Whisper White baker's twine. If you want just white baker's twine, she said you can just pull out the colored piece of twine that's intertwined with the white, and then you would just have plain white. And I thought that was a fantastic tip, and I will definitely be trying it. So I'm just wrapping this all the way around. This is standard. You guys see me do this on practically every single project that I do. Okay, so here's it with the twine. I just take the twine and I pull it apart, and they keep it all together. It looks like their twine is just wrapped around there once, but I cannot even use baker's twine and not wrap it around 100 times like that. So now I just have some washi tape, and I told you I kind of got a little bit of glue inside and here in the card, and I don't really like the way that looks. So I'm just going to take some of this fabulous washi tape that I love so very much. And we're going to just wrap that around, and it doesn't even bother me that that's like that. I'll stamp the back with my information, you know, stamped by, and that will be that. So that is how the card turned out. Slightly different from the one in the catalog, but really, really my style. I really love this, and so super cute as a thank you. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed today's catalog cased projects, and make sure you come back for the rest of the week. I'll have new projects up on the website. So thank you guys so much, and I will talk to you later.